written about what happened. And I say it's a mixture of everything, unfortunately. And, you know, I think for that, the show was maybe becoming too strong, talking too loud. But coming back to what you asked me, we were a developing country. There were so many things done in Iran for the children, for the poor people. I mean, there were also some areas that they were not well off. But there is no comparison with today that children are begging in the street. The schools were free. The universities were free. Children had something to eat. And we had so many daycare centers, I mean, social centers. We were progressing in any field, and there are documents who can show it. And it's those who were enemies who just put the images only on those celebrations. What about the other days? I myself, with the help of my husband, with his encouragement, with the help of many Iranian women and men, I was active in so many things, and not only me, all the women of Iran.
بصراحة هل تعتقدين أن ربما الشاه قد أخطأ في ترك إيران في الرحيل؟ البعض قال كان يجب أن يبقى، كان يجب أن يحارب، كان يجب أن يستمر ولا يترك السفينة كما فعل.
You know, when my husband left and decided to leave, he said, I don't want to keep my throne over the blood of my own people. When he saw the movement and when he saw what's happening, he left the prime minister, and he was hoping that if he leaves, people maybe will calm down. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
كنت تعتقدين أنه ربما لن تعودي مرة أخرى لإيران، وأنه عند رحيلك في يناير سنة 79 أنك لن تعودي مرة أخرى؟
You know, I didn't think it was the last. I always had some hope in the back of my heart that one day we will return to Iran, which I still have. But as I tell you, the most important thing for me is Iran to keep its territorial integrity, Iranian to have a regime which is free and who believes in human rights and separation of the religion and government, and that's the most important thing for me. And of course, if one day, especially my children, my grandchildren can go to Iran, and even I can go to Iran, it will be a great day for my life.
ماذا تتذكرين من هذا اليوم المؤلم عندما غادرت إيران؟ يعني قرأت الكتاب ومن الواضح أن ذكريات الألم ما تزال حية جدا في رأس الشهبان.
Well, when I started the book, I had to go back in those days. If I put almost 20 years before writing the book, I needed some time myself, and I thought that maybe our people should need some time to decide. Frankly, today I must say that I try not to live in the past because it's very painful. I mean, there are some good memories, but usually I don't live in the past. I try to live today and think of tomorrow. But of course, it was a very sad day because we had a feeling that people are wrong. They don't know where they are going. How could they believe that a person like Khomeini could bring them what they want? And I must say that really in our history of our country, this is a disaster. If it had happened before, it was always foreign invasion. It was never done by the people. And it's really, really very painful because, you know, government change, regimes change, but at least they have something better or something not so bad.
ما هو أكثر ما يؤلمك في هذا اليوم؟ يعني ما أكثر ما تبقى من ذكريات مؤلمة في ذلك اليوم؟
Well, the most painful memory was seeing the tears in the eyes of my husband, because he was a man who loved his country, who worked with his country. All his heart and mind and intelligence was to progress Iran, and when I feel that he has to leave, it was very sad. And for me, because when you leave your roots, all you love, all your history, your friends, your family, your country, it's very sad, but you always keep hope that you come back.
من قلب مصر.
جديد شيبسي ماك، سد جوعك.
هات السندوتش اللي بتقولوا عليه ده.
واضح ان ذوق حضرتك عالي جدا.
ثواني. اتفضل. ايه ده؟ باردون، ثانية واحدة.
بص
ايه بقى يعني؟
مش اي حد يقول لك اي حاجه تصدقها، بس لما تيجي داتا تقول انها اكبر واسرع شبكه انترنت في مصر لازم تصدقها، لان عندها 70% من سعه الانترنت في مصر.
طب كده
تي داتا ADSL، ادي الانترنت لاصحابه.
هذا البرنامج برعاية تي داتا ADSL.
تي داتا اكبر واسرع شبكه انترنت في مصر. تي داتا ADSL، ادي الانترنت لاصحابه.
قلب مصر.
ماذا أخذت معك؟
The most important thing I took with me and is with me is the love for Iran and the Iranians. You know, I knew that if we leave, all the enemies will say, yes, they took so many suitcases, they emptied the palace. I asked the journalist to come inside the palace and film. And I'm very happy I've done this. Because there is a film of whatever was in the palace, belonging to the state and belonging to ourselves. What I was thinking really was the albums of my children and so on. I regret that I didn't take the albums of my visits inside Iran. And I remember some books signed by people. But I must tell you, you know, under those circumstances, in that after months of anxiety and worries and sadness, the material things of life lose their values completely. And you don't think of that. And I don't want to think of that now even, because at least I'm happy that they're there.
لم تأخذي المجوهرات، كل هذه الجولري ما خدتيش حاجة؟
Some jewelry I took, but a lot of them I left because I don't know, I had a feeling that if they want and they come and open my drawers and my safe, I don't want to see everything empty.
يعني لم تأخذي التيارة والخاتم وكل هذه الأشياء الأساسية؟
Those belong to the state. Those belong to the bank. The only tiara that belonged to me was a tiara with diamond and turquoise. Then I didn't take it with me. It was mine. And I said, if I come back to Iran, I can always wear tiaras. If I don't come back, I don't want to wear tiaras anymore. But let's not talk about material.
دعينا نترك هذه الذكريات المؤلمة ونتحدث عن أيامك السعيدة في إيران. يعني 20 سنة كنت فيها إمبراطورة لعرش عائلة بهلوي وحكمت فيها إيران. ماذا تبقى من ذكريات سعيدة من هذه الأيام؟
You know, I have a lot of good memories, thank God. Speaking of women, I want to take this opportunity to say the condition of women today in Iran, because they have lost most of their rights. Of course, not the right to vote or get elected, but the divorce, the polygamy. The husband can divorce her without her knowing. The children after the divorce are kept by the husband or the family. The testimony of two women equal testimony of one man. They are insulted, they are flogged, they are stoned to death. And also they had access to every study, like Mrs. Abadi, who was a judge. After the revolution, they didn't allow her to be a judge anymore. Shirin Abadi. But and then for a while she couldn't even be a lawyer. But now, of course, it's different after she's working very hard for the case of women. And many Iranian women outside and inside of Iran are fighting for the rights of women. I really admire them. They have a lot of courage in spite of all the I'm very sorry to say all the